All right, so the reason why most of you are still out of shape is because you're eating high calorie, low volume foods. You're taking in a bunch of calories, but there's not enough nutrients, and that's why you crave junk food. So the biggest thing, honestly, that helped me out lose a bunch of weight and get jacked and get lean is eating fruit paired with protein as well, but that's another story. What is your opinion on that?
So when I was overweight, I'm about 180 right now. I was 230 for about a year. And the biggest thing was I didn't realize how much I was overeating. I would eat a lot of processed foods, especially when I was cooking. I used a lot of heavy oils. And
Like what type of oils?
example, it would be canola, it would
Oh,
be vegetable
no.
oils, whenever I'm cooking meat or anything in general. And a lot of highly dense foods, like it's small portions but highly dense, is a secret killer. You know what I mean? Because you don't notice it. If you don't have knowledge on nutrition and you don't understand these things, like most people don't know how much calories are in most foods. If you don't know that, then it's very easy to go over on your calories and gain a lot of weight, right? So once I got a bunch of knowledge on that and I did my research and understood why I was gaining weight and understanding, what's inside all these foods, then I realized, let me switch to olive oil. Let me switch to low calorie oil, or sometimes I don't even use oil, or I'll cook differently, right? Another example was when I was cutting and I got to the leanest I ever was. In all honesty, when I was cooking, I actually grilled most of my things.
Really?
So the process of cutting is very different from bulking, right? I would say the opposite to somebody who's trying to gain weight, right? If you're a skinnier guy, you're trying to get some muscle, put the oil, right? I would recommend olive oil, but put the oil. So the process of cutting is very different. Stay away from small portions that have a lot of calories, right? Another thing is very popular, protein bars. They're marketed as healthy, but what is the average protein bar? 200, 300 calories with a portion this small.
So many ingredients that are just not natural and are going to destroy your body, destroy your gut, and it's not going to give you the same type of protein as ground beef, as eggs, as the natural stuff, especially if it's pasture raised and grass fed.
Yeah.
That's what's actually going to lift you up to your maximum capacity and help you reach your full potential, because you can't be as strong as possible if some organs in your body are not healthy, right? You have to make sure everything in your internal system is healthy and optimized in order for you to reach your full capacity in health-wise, longevity, strength, muscle hypertrophy, aka building muscle. So I totally agree with you, bro.
Yeah. And not only that, it's super processed. People don't realize it's just a lot of calories. 300 calories of a protein bar is about this big. And a whole meal of rice and, let's say, grilled chicken would be almost 3 times the size, or even more. So, I always chose to eat foods that have a lot of volume but low calories. And that's what really got me through a cut and made the cut made it effortless, right? That was the biggest thing for me.
Exactly, bro. It's all about making sure that, you fill up your stomach and that it doesn't feel like you're cutting, because, if it feels like you're starving every single night, you're not going to be able to sustain it. So it's all about making sure that you enjoy the process and that, it's something that you look forward to every single day. You look forward to your meal. It's not like you're eating a protein bar and then you're just starving afterwards. Like, you can't sustain that. So that's why we really preach making sure it's, your diet is mostly whole foods, and making sure that you're getting in lean, nutrient-dense sources of protein and fruit, which is what we want to talk about, because, fruit is mostly water. So, and your body's mostly water too. So if you can fill up on water, your stomach will be full. It also has a lot of fiber, and that's going to keep you full as well, and also boost your gut microbiome and make it more healthier, which is going to rev up your metabolism. And all that being said, like, that's really going to help you out with your weight loss and make it sustainable, because these little changes here and there, they might seem trivial, but they add up over time. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you read the Atomic Habits, it's all about doing the little things which make a big difference over
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah, so what other foods would you recommend that are
I mean-
great for weight loss?
Honestly, what I do is I eat fruit and meat. So grass-fed beef. I eat pasture-raised eggs. I do eat vegetables from time to time, but honestly, it hurts my gut. Like, I feel like sometimes I get acne afterwards, and like I just stick with fruit, honestly, because I like to eat it and I look forward to it, and I don't want to eat stuff that I don't like, because then I know I'll go back to eating junk food, which is not as healthy, right? And I'm not going to look good. I'm not going to feel good. I'm not going to be as productive. So I think eating a lot of fruit, specifically strawberries, are really good. Low calorie, high volume, lots of fiber, a lot of nutrients. Apples are excellent. Plums, peaches, bananas are good. They're a little bit higher in calories, but you know, they fill you up. Kiwi is excellent for a cut because it's super low calorie, has a lot of fiber, and it tastes delicious. And then also probably 90-10 or 93-7 grass-fed beef is like your best bet. 85-10 is cool, but you know, it does have more calories. It is good for tests as well, but
Yeah.
you just keep that in mind. So that might be good for a bulk. And I eat a ton of eggs, dude. I eat like 9 eggs a day, bro. Like, I'm a savage, so I like that. And I'm thinking about trying beef tallow. A lot of people are saying that that's really good nowadays, and it's like better than butter. So have you tried it out or not?
I actually haven't at all, but I
Yeah,
know
bro.
people use it for cooking.
Yeah,
Yeah, they use it
I
a
might have
lot.
to try it out. Everybody says like it's good for your skin. What do you do for weight loss? Like, how do you maintain a lean physique?
I keep it really basic. Meats, carbs, fats, right? Just organize it that way. So for fats, it's mainly going to be egg yolk, it's going to be animal fat, and olive oil very rarely, and not too much. That's mainly where my fats are coming from. For meats, it's going to be beef, chicken, and I don't do pork. And honestly, that's it. I just mainly do beef and chicken throughout my cut. And for carbs, it's going to be mostly fruits that are very low calorie and very filling throughout the day. But let's say I'm going to work out, I will eat potatoes or rice, but I usually don't eat that throughout the whole day, right? I kind of organize my window when I eat. So I usually fast till 12, and then I'll finish eating before 7 or 8 o'clock at night. So that's the way I organize. And because I eat after 12 and in between 8, that honestly limits how much you can actually overeat.
Bro, I'm with you. That's what I do too.
And another thing I realized too is, like you're talking about the vegetables, you don't eat that because of how your body reacts. Everyone's slightly different. So I think the most important thing is to be very knowledgeable on nutrition and understand different ways to diet and using whatever works best for you. Right? I know some people, they can't go without fasting. They won't. Maybe they work out in the morning, or the way their schedule's set up, it's better for them to eat in the morning. It really just comes up to being educated and using that knowledge to adapt best to your body.
I think, I definitely agree with that. You know, you want to be in tune with your body and understand how different foods make you feel. You don't want to be too rigid, too stuck. You know, Bruce Lee always says, be like water. So, you know, make sure that you understand what works with your body and then go with that. Everybody has a different system that works with different types of food. So make sure that you're mindful and conscious of, like, well, I ate broccoli today. How did that make me feel? I ate mangoes today. How did that make me feel? I ate eggs today. How did that make me feel? And how'd that make me feel over a month's time if I eat that every single day? Analyze how you're feeling, how you're thinking, and that will really help you out. But the main thing is honestly consistency over time. So don't get too bogged down if you ate a little bit of junk food and you went 2 steps backward. Just make sure that you're more consistent every single day and you're getting a little bit better, and that progression over time increases, and eventually you just stop wanting junk food, and eventually, like, you're locked in on mostly whole foods because you realize how good that makes you feel, and how full you are and how effortless it is to really stay in shape. Because most people make it so complicated. You know, they do all the fad diets, they have protein bars, protein shakes, all these gadgets and shit. And what you really have to do is just do the main components, the big rocks of fitness, you know, making sure you're getting enough sleep, decrease stress, you know, eat a lot of high volume, low calorie foods, get a lot of protein, exercise consistently. You know, these main things, you don't have to worry about supplements. That's like the sprinkles on top. You know what I'm saying? So make sure that it's just consistency and doing the main things is really what's gonna level you up and make sure that you actually get real results.
Yeah, I really agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So that's what it's all about.
Yeah. What other parts of weight loss you think is very important too? Like in the beginning.
I think the beginning is what you got to do. I tell this to people all the time. Is like, what is your why? Like, I know this might seem, you know, woo woo. Like, what is this guy talking about? What is your why? Like, I thought it was just about eating a lot of protein and drinking a lot of water and staying consistent with exercise, but it's really all about the mental game, because if your head is not in it, you won't stay consistent. So find out why you want to get in shape and let that stir you up, let that light a fire under your ass, and that's what's going to propel you to be consistent over time. And then worry about dialing everything in and optimizing with the supplements. So have you found that to be true in your own case? Or
Yeah,
like,
so I think first thing is understand your why. Why do you even want to lose the weight and why it's important to you? That's the mental side of why you want to. The first step is focusing on the mental side, your why. Another thing is, I noticed too in my experience and with working with a lot of clients, our bodies after years of abuse and eating highly ultra processed foods, your body's almost addicted and it can't go without these foods. So I think what really helped me when I start my cut is actually fasting for a week, at least a week. So I wouldn't eat from 12 to 8 or even less than that. I try to eat as less as possible. So I allow myself to go without the processed foods, because if I just jump, like if I'm eating highly processed foods today and then tomorrow I go eat really clean, my body's still addicted and it's gonna be very hard for me to stay on that diet, right? I'm gonna crave all that other stuff. So I think taking a break from highly processed foods, starting out fresh, then going onto your diet is a better approach than just one day, going from one day and then going to the extreme diet the next day.
no, 100%. It's like you got to kind of go cold turkey and shock your body. It's going to be hard at first, but once you get used to it, you'll thank yourself and you'll benefit for the rest of your life, because ultimately, like, you can't feel your best, you can't look your best, you can't think your best, you can't do everything at your best, which is I know you want to do, because that's why you're watching this video, is because you want to optimize yourself, become the best version of yourself. So you can't really dabble in be in the lukewarm area. You have to just go all in, bro.
Yeah.
So you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with that. And also, what that week does, honestly, is just, it allows your cravings to go away. It removes your cravings. And what people don't realize is, especially if you live in America or in a Western country, the fast food and all the highly processed food is designed to be addicting. So your body almost sees the food as a drug. All the sugars, all the fried foods, all of that is made to be addicting for marketing and to make money. So removing those cravings are very important.
100%, bro.
And it makes it way easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally agree. All right, boys. I'll catch you guys later. Hope you guys enjoyed. And I look forward to talking with you soon.